Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mace. I am your host and I'm coming to you from British Columbia in Canada. Live in a small town, and today we're looking at what is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you. Let's dive into these, see how unbelievable they are or how much they actually make sense and are things that we've experienced in our own lives. Make sure to share any funny stories, tidbits, anecdotes down in the comments. You can leave recommendations for other things or other videos that you'd like to see on the channel. And let's get into it. I hope everyone's doing good. I'm going on vacation soon, man. I got a couple weeks left and I'm out of here. I'm going to share the occasional thing. If you want to follow me on any social media, let me know in the comments. I can let you know where to do that. All right, let's get to this. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you? All right, number one. American here. All right, American storytelling. I took a geography class in college, and the professor had us do a basic quiz where we had to go up to the front of the class and say what counties we knew. I assume that means countries. What countries we knew. When one of the girls in the class came up, I shit you not, she proceeded to name off these places as countries, and I quote, "Well, I know that I've personally been to Montreal, and I also know of Miami because I'm Cuban. And I did travel to France." She knows France, apparently. "And I've also been to Florida." So she's naming countries. So far, she's named a city in Canada, Montreal. Miami, I mean, there you go. She got another city. This is just a horrifically ignorant answer. Pretty unbelievably so. It's hard to fathom, I know. But there is people like this walking amongst us. The story continues on. People started to giggle at her, and the professor said, "Please don't laugh. It looks like Miss Henry. You've been to a lot of places. But Montreal, Florida, and Miami are not countries. Looks like we have a lot of work to do, Mrs. Henry." Miss Henry. I'd never been so embarrassed to be an American before. Yeah, we've discussed this many times, but Americans and their knowledge of geography is abhorrent. This particularly egregious example, though, is fairly shocking. She's naming cities as countries. Pretty wild. A pretty wild, almost unbelievable story, I would say. My friend said Canada is in Europe, so I beat his ass. I think Canada's making a lot more, well, at least stronger trading ties with Europe. I think Canada is kind of has some similarities with Europe. I mean, same with the U.S. You know, I think both countries have influence, specifically from the United Kingdom, more so, I suppose, but and Canada especially. You know, we still, technically speaking, are under the king, right? Which a lot of people don't like, myself included. I'm not really, I mean, I'm fine with it if it's just like this, you know, it's just a traditional title. It's not necessarily a title that has any power, but I feel like on the books, I think, yeah, he's still got power. He just hasn't done anything for many decades, potentially like even longer. So I mean, it hasn't had any direct influence on Canada, but still, the monarchy, I think, in Canada is still an area of contention for people and an area of interesting debate, I would say. Another stupid comment, that Africa is a country. This one is very common. And even this follow-up comment says, I think that is common around the world. I think we've seen this sentiment shared and misconception, not even a misconception, just a flat-out really, really stupid thing to say, that Africa is a country. You'll see people from many different countries, I feel, say this. It's terribly sad that people make that comment. Like, this is really, really ignorant and just showing a huge lack of just using your brain to any degree. These people have brains the size of an ant, and they seemingly are very proud of that fact. All right, next one. American here. Girl in my 8th grade class thought Massachusetts, a state in the U.S., is a religion. Huh? She thought Massachusetts is a religion. At least she was breaking the stereotype that Asians are smart. Oh, okay. I've never heard that one before. It's a wicked awesome religion. It's Gods wear red socks and also play hockey, and its Messiah is Tom friggin' Brady. And I'm not a Massachusetts person, but she wasn't totally wrong. I need to know the context behind this. It's been a couple of years, but I think it had something to do with the colonies the original settlers founded. Yeah, thinking that one of the U.S. states, mistakenly thinking that one of the U.S. states is a religion, that's hilarious. I've never heard that. That's amazing. This comment says there's only 4 countries. No, that's wrong. What were the other countries? Texas, Florida, New York, California, Russia, America, Japan, China. I don't even know what the hell is going on here. This one says, quote, "What the hell is a Europe?" Unquote. Nobody said that. In the history of humankind, I hope those words were never uttered in seriousness. I hope that it was a joke. But knowing some of the stories we've seen on this channel, I would say it's pretty believable, know what I mean? Which is pretty insane. I'm American, and the girl in my class thought Bill Gates invented the telephone. No, he invented pandemics. We were in the 10th grade. Sorry, I know it's not geography related. I should say man-made pandemics. Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America. That's 4 words. No, it's 3 words. 2 plus 2 equals 5, right? Well, I'm an American, and I visited London in Canada, and my music teacher refused to listen to an 8-year-old girl trying to tell him that she didn't go to the UK. That was a real concern for the education system. One of my friends said he thought African was a language. I mean, there is Afrikaans, yeah, the South African, or like, is that a South African dialect? And Afrikaans actually means African and Afrikaans, so fair enough. I watched Blood Diamond fairly recently. Leo's South African accent in that was a little rough. Great film, though. Great film. Jaimin Hanzu was amazing. It's always nice seeing Jaimin in something. I saw him in a shark movie the other night. He's killing it. He's doing great. He looks exactly the same. The bro from Gladiator. My ex-best friend turned out to be super toxic. Once tried to tell me that France was in Africa. Of course, yes, everybody knows France is in North Africa. Yes, of course. I mean, it was kind of a while ago. That's wild. So a lot of really, really horrific takes on geography in this thread, which is, par for the course. Things we've seen millions of times. I live in the U.S., and you can blame it all on the public education system. I've learned more from Drew Durnall and JSAG than school. I have no idea who Drew Durnall or JSAG is. I don't know if that makes me ignorant or not. Doubtful. Drew Durnall. Okay, let's just see for shits and giggles, right? Let's see here. Drew Durnall. Who are you? Internet personality. Okay, I'm already regretting searching this up. He's just a YouTuber making easy money. Okay, reading comics. Okay, I don't know who that is. Let me know if you guys know who that is. A YouTuber, apparently. I showed them a map of Europe, and they said, "What the F? When did they add all these random countries to Europe? I thought there was only England and Germany." Wildly... okay, so these abhorrent and horrifically ignorant geographical misfires are getting worse and worse and worse. And there is something to say that Americans can't even find America on a map, but thinking that Europe is only 2 countries is pretty not good. The water here is very wet, Texan. Nice. As an American, the following conversation. Me. I'm excited to have Spanish class next year. Girl. The teacher is from Puerto Rico. Me. And he speaks Puerto Rican. It's a Spanish class, though. Obviously, he knows Spanish. What the hell is Algeria? This is just SNL skit level at this point. I shit you not. Someone asked me, they made the canal into a country. They made the Panama Canal into a country. They made Panama into a country. Okay, just thoughts on Panama. The Panama Canal scene in Team America was hilarious. There you go. This person says, I don't talk to Americans. Precisely to avoid these situations, right? Precisely. First, I feel need to thank Jack for learning himself, as there were a lot of things I didn't know myself. As a European, I haven't overheard or talked with them, much of them. But there was one conversation I did hear, talking about the country of Europe, adults too. Yes, the European Federation of Countries. The country of European Federation of Republics. First off, I'm American. Second off, to answer the question, someone told me that Ireland wasn't a country. That in fact it was a part of the UK. I also had one tell me that the Earth is only 2,000 years old, but that's not really geography related. No, that's like a Christian fundamentalist, I guess. Somebody who really, really believes in their old books. You know? Nothing wrong with a little fairy tale story on a Sunday evening. Nothing wrong with that at all. What's a country again? What is a country? It's a good question. Florida definitely is one. Next. Asking the best place to see the fireworks on the 4th of July in Amsterdam, Netherlands. All right. Let's continue on just a little bit. Just a little bit. Two more. Bear with me. And then I'll make it a two-parter. We'll do the second part after I've had my coffee because my brain is hurting. I had an American ask me if up in Canada we called ourselves North Americans, Mexicans, USA residents, and Canadians are all North Americans. True. However, regionally, we're not really going to refer to ourselves as North Americans. This conversation comes up quite often on the channel where I'll either say like people take umbrage with the fact that I designate Americans as like, or that I title videos or make comments under the assumption that most people, when they hear the word American, think about a United States citizen, a United States, somebody from the United States. They're not going to think some person from Peru when I say American, but maybe they do. I don't know. I usually say, well, yeah, sure. Yes, we're all in the Americas here, but even around the world, I don't think the language is understood that way. So colloquial or regional definitions, we call ourselves Canadians. We call people from Mexico Mexicans. People from the US Americans. Argentinians. Peruvians. On and on. Brazilians. Could call them South American, I guess. I don't know. Certainly don't really call ourselves North Americans. Like, there isn't really any situation where we're going to be speaking in such a generalization to call ourselves North Americans. Hey, where are you from? I'm from North America. How about you? You're from North America. Okay. Are you from the good part or the bad part? Which type of North American are you? We want to know. We want to know right now. All right, last one. I was watching a video by an American guy called Language Simp. Okay. The video was about why he hates Esperanto. What is Esperanto? Anyway, at the end he said, American is the international language because America invented democracy. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. They invented democracy, healthcare, technology, the World Wide Web, and cars. Wow. Every single word of what you just said was wrong. Sorry, I was trying to do the Luke Skywalker quote from The Last Jedi. Did you know there's still people like obsessed with hating on The Last Jedi? Shit's hilarious. There's whole YouTube ecospheres, manospheres, just spheres of cultural toxicity that their life's work is to obsess over Disney's Star Wars. 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. But, I mean, the ecosystem exists, so good on them, I guess. Is Esperanto a Disney movie? Or is that... I don't know what Esperanto is. Anyways, let's finish this one off. I'm rambling. This quote is amazingly idiotic. Okay, this guy's going to break it down. It's called English, as it was not made in America. Greece invented democracy millennia before America existed. Philosophy. The World Wide Web was definitely not American. Healthcare was around ages ago. Technology was also around ages ago. And if he means computers, they weren't American. Cars are German. Yeah, I believe the first German vehicle was Mercedes-Benz, I want to say. And it was a cool car. There's still some refurbished ones around. So, all right. Good stuff, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you on the next one.